Hi everybody, welcome to JCH Studio. Today we are going to model a Coca-Cola water bottle. So this is going to be taking long video because it's going to have complete texturing and we are going to give 100% accuracy for this work. Let's begin. And you are new to this video, subscribe my channel, and if you are new to this 3D modeling, see my older videos. Let's begin. Press Shift A and create a circle and make it as 40 and go to edit mode, go to the front view, E to extrude in Z axis, and in bottom I am going to select everything and E to extrude and S to scale, and we can scale it a little bit more. E to extrude, S to scale, okay, I just undo it, I scale it till the end of whatever required. Okay, this is fine I feel. And E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale, and E to extrude and S to scale. And E to extrude, S to scale, and M and merge at center. So here we are going to do that bottom thing first. Okay, before that I just turn on the screencasting, it will be easier for your hope. And after doing this, go to the face selection and create one edge loops here and move it towards the top, this tab. Okay, now go to the face selection and select 3 faces, leave 5 gaps and select 3 faces, leave 5 gaps and select 3 faces. So I am going to leave again 3, 4, 5 and select 3 faces, again 3, 4, 5, select 3 faces, so remains 3, 4, 5. So after doing this, press I to insert and S to scale towards in, and now I am going to guide you. We are going to do some changes. Press 1 on the keyboard, go to the wireframe and select all the top vertices and press GZ to move towards up, and in bottom, okay, let it be the same. Let me see in other subdivision mode and we can do some more changes as per our requirement. Then after doing this, I go to object mode and solid mode. I am going to press Ctrl 3 to apply a subdivision, and here I am going to increase the rendering also, is going to be 3, and right click shade smooth. So now you can able to see the bottom has created, but we are going to do some more modeling for this. I am going to turn off in edit mode. I go to the object properties and select auto smooth for the further process, and I am going to select the edge selection here, and I am going to continue for all the places wherever it's required for us. So now after selecting this, press Ctrl B to bevel and create one edge loops. Now we can see the sharp edges is here, and here we are going to do some more detailing here. I am going to select this bottom and GZ to move little bit. Okay, let it be the same. Here we can add one more box for make it good curve bottom here. And I am going to select this one. So I am going to select everything. So using a circle select, I am going to select it a little more faster. Now I am selected the same and I am going to do S to scale little bit down and GZ little bit up. No, let it be the same, then only the bottom will stay down. So now you can able to see the some curve we have done for this bottle, and go to edit mode and I am going to select these faces and E extrude in Z axis. So now it's big, very big. I am going to make it small. Okay, now our bottom has been ready, so we are going to concentrate on the other top related things. Go to edit mode and press 1 on the keyboard, select all the vertices using a alt selecting, and E extrude and Z to scale, move it towards up here like this, and press Ctrl R, create and 2 edge loops, and in solid mode S to scale it slightly inside, and select this and E to extrude and Z axis, and E to extrude and scale slightly inside, and GZ to move up, and go to the front view and E to extrude in Z axis, and this much. Yeah, this much is I make a little bit more. Okay, scale it in Z axis 0. So now this is okay for here, and go to object mode. You can able to see how this has been came perfectly for us as per our requirement. Go to the front view and go to edit mode, create several edge loops. So I am giving 5. I am going to select this one and I press OK. I have one more idea for me is that select this and select this one, go to the circle select, make sure you are in wireframe and select all the thing, press shift H to hide others. Now you can select only the center point. I am going to the solid view and I am going to press O to turn on the orientation, and I have selected as smooth. So now I press S to scale. You can able to see one circle has been here. You can able to see it's creating as per our requirement. So I am going to reduce it and I just zoom in and S to scale. So I am going to give this cool shape which is required for us now. So using the shift key I am moving slowly for adjusting for us. So I am going to select this and this tool and S to scale. Okay, S to I turn off the orientation and S to scale slightly inside to make. Okay, instead of this I make it 2 bevel. So let's see in object mode. Yeah, looks good. So this is enough for us to get a cool shape here. Fine. So after doing this, and we are going to give some more detailing for this, what I am going to do is I am going to select this face here, and the opposite side I am going to select the same thing, and this side too, and this side too. Okay, and I press I to insert and scale towards inside, and we have got this cool shape here. Now this bottom has been completed, and go to the front view, so we can start modeling. Alt H to unhide everything, and we can start modeling the other things. So here I am going to extrude once again. I am going to wireframe mode. I am going to select only these vertices, and I am going to turn on orientation and yes to G to move. So now we can able to see this shape has been came. Here also I am going to side view. I am going to select these three and G to move. Now as per our requirement, the shape has been came here in bottle. I go to the front view again. I am going to select everything, E to extrude in Z axis, and I create Alt R and Control R to create edge loops. So I am creating the edge loop like this, and I press S to, I turn off the orientation and S to scale inside, and go to the edge selection, select these edges and these edges, and Control B to bevel and reduce the cuts. I am going to make it a little bit smaller. Now we can able to see we have got one cool shape here. Go to edit mode, select the vertices, go to the front view, E to extrude in Z axis, and S to scale it in Z axis 0 to make it align. Perfect. Okay, looks cool. I make it GZ a little bit. Okay, now in this I am going to create one more E to extrude and S to scale slightly inside and G to Z. And I go to the little bit forward below, and now I am going to extrude up to up to okay, this much is okay, and E to extrude, S to scale slightly outside and G Z. Scale it and scale it slightly outside and GZ, and E to extrude in front view and make it this way, and E to extrude in Z axis and S to scale slightly inside, E to extrude in Z axis and S to scale slightly inside, GZ and move slightly down, E to extrude and scale it inside. So this one we are going to make it a modeling for the mouth. So let's see how it looks. Okay, till here it looks fine, and E to extrude in Z axis and S to scale and GZ. This one we can make it a little bit down using a double key and S to scale slightly out. So I feel like this will go a little bit upper. I feel press O and press G to scroll Z axis. Okay, GZ. I make it down. I select everything in a wireframe mode. GZ. Okay, this is correct. And I'm going to select this one and G move, and I'm going to select this one and G move. So let's see. Okay, now this one I think it's look like doesn't cool, because it will come little bit more inside. I just turn off the orientation and make it little bit curve here to make it looks too good. I select everything and GZ to move a little bit above, and create one edge loop here and scale it down, scale it up, okay, scale it down. So in wireframe I select everything and GZ to move. I select this, scale it down, okay. I made the mistake here. I'm not selected it everything properly, so that's why it doesn't look good. I just undo it where I did the mistake. So while doing this thing could happens always in wireframe. We can GZ remove and create one edge loop here and scale it slightly out. Select this one and scale it in. Select this one and scale it in. Select this and scale it in. So select this and scale it in slightly down. Here I create one more for make it little bit more smoother for here. Okay, now everything looks fine. So here the top the cap, which one is not look good, so which is too high I feel. So I go to the I go to the vertices and select and delete this one, and here I am going to make a cap for this. Okay, up to here we have completed the modeling, and let's go further. GZ and move down, E to extrude and S to scale it out. So before this, one more idea is better. E to extrude and go up to top and create one edge loop here and move it till down here. Select this, go to the edge selection and create edge loops. Go to the face selection, select this, E to extrude and S to scale. And go to this, select this one and Ctrl B to bevel. Select this and select all the faces and E to extrude, right click to cancel and S to scale, style layout. And go to the edge selection and select all the edges, and we are going to do bevel for make it more sharper. Ctrl B to bevel, make it little bit, this is enough. So you can able to see that this has been came as per our requirement. Now I am going to guide you how to do the further capping here. Go to edit mode and edge selection, press shift D, right click to cancel. தண்ணி மட்டும் நான் ஆட் பண்ணேன். After doing this, go to the top view and yes to scale up to that vertices where we are there, and I go to the bottom. I press shift D to duplicate, right click to cancel, and GZ I move it up to here, and I select this one and E to extrude in Z axis. So up to here I am going to select the face selection, E to extrude and S to scale and scale it out up to here, and I am going to select the edges. Same thing, what I am going to do is I am going to give small beveling here. Okay, now this has been came, and I feel this one is too height, and go to the front view and vertices. I am going to select this one. I am going to move a little bit further down. I am going to select this and GZ and move slightly down here. So now I am going to select this one. I press P to make it separate, so because there is a separate item. So here I am going to select this one and press Ctrl L and X to delete the vertices which is not required for us timing. So after doing this, I press here. You can able to see doesn't have much smoother. I am going to select this and scale it slightly in. This one I am going to select and slightly in. Select this slightly in. Select this slightly in. Okay, fine. Now looks better. So now here I am going to do Ctrl B to bevel and add some designs I plan. Ctrl B to bevel and create the same method, and Ctrl minus to select in between and make it this select Alt S to scale slightly inside to make it this design, and here also and bottom also I am going to create some Ctrl B to bevel, small thing to make it this curve here. Okay, now here we are going to now we are going to add a cap. So select these edges, press shift S and cursor to 3D. Now press shift A and create a cylinder, make it 360, and I have to scale it down. I go to the period key and zoom it in. Yes, to scale it out. Okay, this is correct in top. So we are going wireframe, and before that select everything and press Ctrl Shift A, sorry, Ctrl Alt Shift S, sorry, Ctrl S to save the bottle. So I am going to save the bottle because still I am not saved the file. So I make it bottle and save the project, and Ctrl A to apply a scale and go to edit mode. Now select done and GZ to move up to here. Select everything, GZ to move up to here, And now here we are going to create one more two edge loops and scale it in z-axis. I'm going to move up to here, and again I'm going to create one more two and scale it in z-axis up to here. Go to the face selection, I to insert, and I to insert, I press GZ to move a little bit down, and I to insert, M to merge at center. So now here we got one cool shape. Here I'm going to select this one and Control B to bevel. Okay. Now here I'm going to select the faces. Scale it in z-axis a little bit. Okay. Now go to the select and make it checker deselect. Press E to extrude and right click to cancel and Alt S to go towards inside and scale it in z-axis. So we have given the shape which will be there in bottles. So this is separate. I'm going to create a new material and I'm going to give it as cap cover. So in this cap cover, this one in top, actually in Coca-Cola bottle it won't be there like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this and GZ and I make it the level same. So now it looks good. Now this one I'm going to object set origin as to geometry and yes to scale slightly down to make it the same level. Okay. Now I'm going to select this and this. In this I'm going to make it as red. I go to the metal preview. Here also I'm going to select the cap cover and here I'm going to reduce the roughness and which will looks correct. I'm going to increase one more some a little bit. Okay, fine. Now our cap has been ready here. So here we are going to do further texturing for the bottle and the cool drinks, whatever is required for us. First, then after doing this, press Shift D to duplicate. Right click to cancel, go to the wireframe and I scale it down slightly inside and GZ to move little bit up. So this one is I'm going to make go to edit mode and go to the front vertices. Okay, select second one, go to edit mode. In vertices I'm going to select everything, X to delete the vertices and this is going to be the same. And let me do further adjustment as per our requirement. I'm going to select this one and the tool. Here I'm going to hide the cap first. These two I'm going to hide timing. So here I'm going to apply some thickness because it's a sheet which doesn't come in the bottle. I'm going to add and go to the solidify even thickness 1 centimeter is enough. I'm going to reduce it to 0.5 and 0.3. Okay, so now here you can able to see it's a 0.3 also. I make it as 0.2, so which looks correct in the plastic thing. I save the file. Now I select this one, this circle. Let's see after modeling. Okay, now we can apply the further models here. The second one circle, I am going to scale it little bit down. I am going to wireframe and GZ to move the front view, GZ to move up to here as per this alignment, and see whether it's showing outside. Okay, not bad. Okay, fine. Now I save this one. Now we are going to do unwrap and do the modeling now. So go to edit mode. I'm going to select these edges and these edges and press. Okay, please confirm it where you have selected, whether the normal bottle or it's inside the cool drinks. Okay, here I press F5 to mark seam or press Ctrl E and mark seam. This is the one way, and I marked here, and we are going to give some okay, I select this one and I go to here. Timing, I hide this second turn also. I just turn off this one. Up to here I select and press F5 to mark seam. The same method I am going to do it here also. I am going to select this one and I am going to select this up to here, press F5. So I am going to repeat the same for us to make it better. Unwrapping. So whenever the modeling we required accurate and it should be perfect, means we have to spend a time to do a modeling. Generally the modeling, it takes time to do as per our requirement and the accuracy. So I press F5, and now this bottom has been created for us as per our requirement. So other thing is timingly it's not required. So I'm going to select this and select this and scale it in Z axis. Scale it in Z axis. I'm going to make it level the same. Okay, now after doing this one also I'm going to do it. Okay, now I am going to select this edge and the bottom edge, and I make it as F5 to mark seam, and I am going to cut in between here. This also is a mark seam. So this is enough for us doing the modeling here for this bottle. I go to the UV editing tool, I select everything and U to unwrap it, and we require only the two things, some items. So go to the face selection and I am going to select the requirement, what is required for me, and I press Ctrl L to select everything and G to move, and I am going to select rest of the thing and scale it down, and I am going to keep it in corner, so which is not required for us for timing. So this one I am going to move it here, and this one I am going to move it here, and this one I am going to move it here and rotate it, and I move it here. So now we are going to do the each texturing for each item. So what I am going to do is, here I go to edit mode and select these edges, and I am going to give separate wrapping for this. Before that I press Shift D and duplicate, P to selection, I go to edit mode and select that outer edge, and I go to object and set origin to 3D geometry and S to scale slightly out, Shift Z, Go to the front, you go to edit mode, and I'm scaled out and scale it in Z axis. So this is the cover. We are going to unwrap it using a shift key. Slowly make it down. Okay, it's not required. I hope everything will be correct. This one, make it as, I name it as paper. Now this is here already we unwrapped, so not need to worry. In edit mode you can able to see, so we can use it as per our requirement here. So this one I am going to create a new material. I am going to give it as paper, and I press. Now this one is okay, we have made as per our requirement. Even I in edit mode select everything and turn on this narration tool. So here for us now this also is not required because we have given separate option for that. So I make it here bottom. So this thing we are going to concentrate while doing the modeling. So I save it. Now we can go for the further thing here. I press new and make it as bottle, and here we are going to do further designs for the shapes and shadings. So I just zoom it in. Okay, so here I am going to turn on my studio and go to the layer, and this is cyclist selector rendering. So let's do further here. Select and delete this and press shift A and create a layer weight, and click here and create a glass BSD and glossy BSD. So here I am going to create a mix shader for this, and I am going to connect everything here: personal BSD and glossy BSD, and the thing I am going to give is 0.002, and here I am going to give the roughness is 0.02, and this one I am going to give as 0.010, and I am going to connect, and we are going to see how this looks here. I go to the render view, I turn on my studio, make it on. So I just go to the camera view, and we can able to see the glass here. So here you can able to see that. So my system rendering is a little bit slower, so here you can able to see the further things how it comes here. So we have created the bottle as per our requirement. So I make it 0.02 to blend. Okay, so it has came as per our requirement here. Let's go to the other modeling here. The thing is displacement. So now I am going to open a textures, image texture, and I am going to open my textures things. This description I will give it in the link in the thing to download. So this pattern I am going to add as a displacement. Search for the normal map. Search for a bump node, and now I create a normal map. So this one normal I am going to give it as strength. Here I am going to give the color as height, and I am going to give the displacement. So now in material preview here we are going to add the further things here. For checking this, you can go to the UV editing tool and you can able to see our textures is here, so which is selected. Yeah, this has been selected, and I press G to move and I drag it in Coca-Cola, and we can see nothing is applied, so we have to do some more settings in the shading. I go to the shader tool, the repeat I am going to give extend, let me try with giving this instant and the normal. I'm going to do this color. Okay, now you can able to see here applied as per our requirement. I go to the layout and go to the metal preview. Here you can able to see the subdivision has been applied. Right click on shade smooth, so when it's going in rendering mode, it will come clearly. So I just open it in rendering mode. So here you can able to see that design has been applied for the bottle. So when it happens 100 4K resolution, it will looks good and cool. And now we are going to do it this in edit mode. We are going to assign as per our requirement. I just press Ctrl L and R to rotate and see how it comes. Coca-Cola. Okay, I scale it in x-axis and G to move, scale it in z-axis, x-axis, y-axis, and move as per our requirement. So now you can able to see the Coca-Cola has been not came correctly, so it should be in right angle. Yeah, it has been came. Now this one I am going to align it as per our requirements. Let's scale it down and scale it in y-axis. So select the active thing and right click, Ctrl L to select everything, and right click and follow the square to make it straight, and S to scale it in x-axis, G to move. Now this shape has been came in one part, so this look has been came here for the bottle. So we are going to do further things for the next thing. Press Ctrl L. So I am going to select this one, Ctrl L, and I press to zoom in. This one I am going to make it one more side. I select this, press Ctrl L and select these vertices and right click and follow the squid and G to move and scale it in x-axis, scale it in y-axis, G to move. Okay, now here for us this shape has been came, so let's start with doing another thing. Ctrl L and G to move, select this one, Ctrl L and G to move. So I am going to zoom this one using a period key. Press Ctrl L and right click and follow the squares. Now scale it in z-axis, x-axis and scale it in y-axis. So I scale it slightly inside to make it its cover. Okay, now you can able to see we have given the designs here, so which comes like this. While rendering, everything will come perfect. And here we can able to go to the rendering. Here we can make it 4:4, which the level quality will looks more better than this. So I have given the more for rendering. So it's getting slow for us due to my system configuration is a little bit less. Okay, and then we can go to and doing some of other designs. Okay, everything is fine, I think so. Dot. Okay, here we have to change one more thing. I go to edit mode. This one I'm going to select and Control L and zoom it in. Select the active squad, press Control L and right click, follow the squids, scale it in Y axis and G to move, scale it in Y axis and G to move. G to move. Okay, now for us the bottom thing has been cleared. Okay, now for us this texture has been cleared. We can go for coloring the other things. Let's concentrate on the paper now. Select the paper, go to edit mode. So you can able to see already it's created, and I go to this shading option and I press period key to zoom in, so you can able to see the thing. Here we are going to do press Shift A and create a image texture, and I am going to select the benchmark, and it's not repeated, it's extended, and I am going to collect the image base color. So now we can able to see it has been not aligned properly. I go to the UV editing and I scale it out and G to move and scale it in, G to move. Now scale it in Y axis and G to move. Now I'm going to rotate it. Okay, do one thing, right click and mirror X. Now we can able to see the Coca-Cola paper has been applied, and you can able to see here it's fully roughness is there, because that will be reflected as usual. I go to the shading tool, I zoom it in and I reduce the roughness for this to make it shining. Okay, now this has been completed. I turn off the video for timing that studio. Okay, let's do the modeling for juicy. Let's begin. I go to the layout and now I'm going to turn off the paper now and turn on the I hide this for timing. I'm going to select this, turn on now, and I scale it down slightly inside and GZ to move up. I scale it out slightly and GZ to move, and I go to the front view and go to the edit mode and vertices selection. I select all the vertices and GZ to move down. So make sure it matches the same. And yes, to scale it out slightly, and let's see. Okay, now select the thing and here go to edit mode and wireframe, select everything and GZ to move. Select this and yes to scale it out, select this, yes to scale it out, select this and yes to scale it out, select this and yes to scale it out, select this and yes to scale it out. Okay, so let's see how it comes in rendering tool. Go to the shading and here I'm going to give new color is make it juice. Now after doing this I'm going to delete this one No, let it be there. Create a mix shader and create a transcoolant BSD. I'm going to select this surface. I'm going to connect this one and I'm going to make it brown. So make it full dark here to make it black. Okay, and this is subdivision. I'm going to give it red and I'm going to give a little bit subdivision. I go to the rendering model. So let's see how it looks. Okay, I turn on this and I turn on the, okay, it's already on. So I go to layouts. So here we can able to see how it's happening, what's happening also. So I just turn on everything to show it clearly here. So I turn on the camera and zoom it in now and lock the view of the camera and changing this to some different angle. Okay, finally our output has been came as per our requirement. If you are new to this channel, subscribe my channel. If you like the video, share it with your friends. Here we can able to see that blend is we want to change something better. I try this one and here this blend we can try it with 0.010 to see how it looks. So for me the rendering will take time, so please be patient. Yeah, now it looks better way. Okay, thanks for watching friends, and if you like the video, share it with your friends. Until then, we are working out on next modeling, that is modeling a mobile box. So let's see the next video. Okay, until then, bye bye, see you.